best military unit. The best military unit that I've ever worked with. Now I'm talking about cohesion. I'm talking about gear, cohesion, the overall ambiance. That's what I'm talking about. Sure, you're going to have Delta, DevGru, and all these places. Yeah, super high speed units. You're going to have that. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that bond. That tight tribe. It's the best unit I've ever seen in my life. Were the Danes, the Danish. Now, where did I work with the Danes? In Estonia, when I was with the French Foreign Legion, we were deployed to Estonia, the eastern border of Estonia. Now, people that don't know, don't have a map, or I didn't really know that much about Estonia going in. It's the far northeast corner of Europe. It borders Russia. And we were sent up there as a part of a NATO mission called the Enhanced Forward Presence Battle Group. And that Enhanced Forward Presence Battle Group consisted of the French, United Kingdom, and that was consisting of the English, Welsh, some Irish. There was that group, the Estonians, and the Danes. Now, when I first came across the Danes, I felt like a midget, man. It was this group, man. I'm 6 feet tall. For those that are asking, man, 6 feet on the dot. Not rounded up, not rounded down. And then I felt like a short guy. Monsters, tall, blonde, impressively bred individuals. Also, sick gear, man. Super slick, cry precision, head to toe, all dialed in. But the thing I was most interested in was the ambiance, the connection, the flow of information between leadership and the boots on the ground, and the guys in the trenches. This particular unit was a mechanized infantry unit. They had some pretty sweet tanks and all that. They had some pretty sweet gear, man. So as I got to working with the Danes, it was a stark contrast to what I was dealing with in the French Foreign Legion. It was like peeking over the fence, man. Dealing with our gear was not Gucci, and our ambiance was not great. People that have been in the Legion know it's a challenging ambiance because you're fighting that ancient institution of thumb down, right? Shut up, get moving, clean this, move that. Now, the Legion has its positives, which I'm very grateful for, but it also has its points of friction. Absolutely. Now, the ambiance with the Danes was much more casual. They got shit done. They weren't lax. They were very professional. And even I was talking to some of their senior enlisted guys. It was really pleasant. It was very nice to have pleasant exchanges with senior enlisted guys, which was not the case in the Foreign Legion. It's very, very formal and stiff. It was also nice to be speaking English with them. They all, for the most part, spoke great English. It was just very enjoyable. Now, we also had a little time to go out drinking with the Danes, man. So they had a little shindig and with the UK, and the Danes were there, and it was drinking beer, man. It was, I'm not sure if a guy was retiring or promoting or what the heck the deal was, but it was cool, man. They had a little band up there, and this was actually on the Estonian base, which was consolidated with all these different nations. Very, very cool environment. And looking back on that, it's interesting when I note, best military unit I've ever worked with. People were smiling. The job satisfaction seemed to be high. Sure, it was the military, but we were all doing the same job. But the route up the mountain was very different. Things were getting done probably better, and the overall energy was much different. The frequency was higher. And I like to break that down to how we operate here in the streets, man. How are you operating your home? Things don't have to be doom and gloom. Things don't have to be miserable. Your relationships, your business, that respect seemed to permeate through their ranks. And that respect perpetuated this culture of, how can I help the next guy? How can I be of service? How can I add value? I didn't see guys slacking. I saw a lot of forward thinking. I saw a lot of bottom up. And what we talked down, the Legion is very bottom down, and a lot of units are. It's top down. It's give orders, follow orders. Yes, the military is like that, but I saw a lot of bottom up, which was, hey, here's some new ideas. Here's how we can do some stuff better, and them taking stuff on board. And that is empowerment at the bottom. If you're running a business, you're running your family or whatever, empower people to make some decisions. Now, you can delegate authority, but you cannot delegate responsibility. That's an important distinction. You delegate that authority so people are empowered. People know that, man, they're not just getting their hand held through things. They're going to have to problem solve. They're going to have to figure some things out and run things to ground. And that's what I saw in this unit. It was a culture of that. It was predict what needs to happen next. Don't wait for an order. Yes, overarching orders go out. Intent for the mission goes out. But how it gets done, right? You tell people what needs to get done, not how it gets done. Man, nobody likes fucking micromanager. It's annoying as shit. So don't run your homes like that. Don't work like that in your professional lives. If you're in any position of leadership, or you're going to, ideally your goal should be to get in a position of leadership at some point in your life. Remember that. Empower your people to make decisions. Give them the overarching intent. Be clear. Communicate and take communication clear and correct, unemotional, and effective. Think about these things, man, when you're working with people. It's one of the most difficult things is managing people. So how do you facilitate a culture in your business or your home, which is one of good ambiance, positive, forward thinking, empowered? Very, very important. Could not be more important is working in your life with that lens. How do I empower the people around me? How do I create leaders? How do I facilitate and foster a culture of positivity and wellness? Be smart. Out here.